Welcome to Speak English with Cath. I'm really happy you are here today. Today's topic is very real and a little emotional. Many English learners feel this, but they don't always say it out loud. They feel stupid when they speak English. Maybe you felt this before too. You try to speak, but your words don't come out right. People don't understand you. Or maybe they look at you in a way that makes you feel small.
Yeah, I know that feeling very well. Sometimes when I speak English, I feel like I become a different person. Not confident, not smart, just slow.
That's such an honest way to say it. And you're not alone, Lester. So many learners feel exactly the same. They are smart in their own language. They have ideas, opinions, even jokes. But in English, everything feels limited.
Yes, exactly. In my language, I can talk a lot. I can explain things clearly. But in English, I just say simple words. Sometimes I even stop talking because I feel embarrassed.
Thank you for sharing that. And today, we are going to change that feeling, not by learning difficult grammar, not by memorizing big vocabulary, but by changing how you see yourself when you speak English. Let me ask you something. When a child learns to speak, do you think they feel stupid?
No, they just try. They make mistakes all the time.
Exactly. They say wrong words. They say things in the wrong order. But nobody laughs at them. Instead, people smile. They say, "That's okay, keep going." So why are we so hard on ourselves?
Maybe because we are adults, we don't want to look bad.
Yes, that's a big reason. As adults, we want to look smart. We want to speak perfectly. But here's the truth. You cannot learn a language without sounding a little imperfect. And that is completely normal. Let's talk about a real situation. Imagine this. You go to a cafe. You want to order a coffee in English. Simple, right? But when it's your turn, your heart starts beating fast. You think, what if I say it wrong? What if they don't understand me?
That happens to me all the time. Even for simple things like ordering food.
Yes, so instead of saying what you want, you say something very short. Or sometimes you just point.
Yes, I do that. I just say, this one. It feels safer.
Exactly, because you want to avoid feeling embarrassed. But here's the important question. Are you really stupid in that moment, or are you just afraid?
I think afraid.
Yes, and that's a big difference. You are not stupid, you are just learning and feeling nervous. Let's learn a useful word here. The word is self-conscious. It means you feel very aware of yourself. You worry about how other people see you.
Yes. I feel very self-conscious when I speak English.
That's perfect. Let's say it together in a sentence. I feel self-conscious when I speak English.
I feel self-conscious when I speak English.
Very good. Now let's make it more natural. I feel a bit self-conscious when I speak English in public.
I feel a bit self-conscious when I speak English in public.
Excellent. You see, you can express your feeling clearly. Now let's go deeper. Sometimes the problem is not your English, it's your expectations. You expect yourself to speak perfectly. You expect no mistakes. But that expectation is too high.
So I should accept mistakes?
Yes, not just accept, but expect them. Mistakes are part of learning. Let me give you a simple sentence you can use. When I make mistakes, I am learning.
When I make mistakes, I am learning.
Again,
When I make mistakes, I am learning.
very good. Say it slowly.
When I make mistakes, I am learning.
That sentence can change your mindset. Now let's try a short role play. You are speaking to someone new. You feel nervous, but you still try. I'll be the other person. Ready?
Okay, I'll try.
Hi, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Hi, nice to meet you too. I am from Cambodia.
Oh, nice. How long have you been learning English?
I learned English for maybe 3 years.
That's okay. Let's improve it a little. You can say, I have been learning English for 3 years. Repeat that.
I have been learning English for 3 years.
Perfect. Now again from the beginning.
Hi, nice to meet you too. I am from Cambodia. I have been learning English for 3 years.
That was clear and natural. How do you feel?
Better. Still a little nervous, but better.
That's exactly what we want. Not perfect, just better. Let's talk about another feeling. Sometimes people laugh and we think they are laughing at us,
Yes, that hurts.
but many times they are not laughing at you. Maybe they didn't understand. Maybe they feel awkward. Or maybe they are just surprised. We often imagine the worst.
That's true. Sometimes I think too much.
Yes, that's called overthinking. It means thinking too much, especially about something small.
I overthink when I speak English.
Very natural. Let's make it longer. I overthink when I speak English and it makes me nervous.
I overthink when I speak English and it makes me nervous.
Excellent. Now I want you to imagine something different. Imagine you are talking to a kind person, someone patient, someone who wants to understand you. How would you speak?
I think I would feel more relaxed.
Yes, and here's the secret. Most people are like that. They don't expect perfect English. They just want to understand you. Let's do a small speaking practice. Repeat after me. I am not stupid. I am learning.
I am not stupid. I am learning.
Again.
I am not stupid. I am learning.
One more time with confidence.
I am not stupid. I am learning.
That's beautiful. Before we continue, I want you to remember one thing. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you say, I am bad at English, I sound stupid, I can't speak well, then your confidence becomes smaller. But if you say, I am improving, I am learning every day, I am trying, then your confidence grows.
So, it's like training my mind.
Exactly. You are not just learning English, you are building confidence. And that takes time and patience, and you are already doing it. Now let's move into a deeper situation, a situation many learners are afraid of, talking in a group conversation.
Oh, that's the worst. Sometimes I just stay quiet.
Yes, because the conversation moves fast. People speak quickly, they interrupt, they laugh, and you feel left behind.
Yes, I don't know when to speak, and when I try, the topic changes.
That's very real. So in the next part of our conversation, we're going to practice how to join a group conversation without feeling stupid and without feeling left out. And I'll show you simple sentences you can actually use. So, you're in a group conversation. There are 3, maybe 4 people. They are talking, laughing, sharing stories, and you're there, listening. You understand some parts, but not everything.
Yes, that's exactly how it feels. Sometimes I catch a few words, but I can't follow the whole conversation.
And while you are trying to understand, the conversation keeps moving.
Yes, and by the time I understand, it's already too late to say anything.
That's a very common experience. And in that moment, many learners start to feel small. They think, I'm too slow. My English is not good enough. I shouldn't speak.
Yes, I feel that. So I just stay quiet.
But staying quiet doesn't help you grow. It only makes your confidence weaker. So today, let's change that. Not by speaking perfectly, but by learning how to join the conversation naturally. First, you don't need to understand everything. This is very important. Even native speakers don't catch every word in a fast conversation.
Really?
Yes, they focus on the main idea. So instead of thinking, I must understand every word, try thinking, I want to understand the general idea.
That feels less stressful.
Exactly. Less pressure, more confidence. Now let's learn a simple and powerful sentence. When you don't understand something, you can say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that."
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Very good. It sounds natural, it's polite, and people understand it easily. Let's make it a bit softer. "Sorry, I didn't quite catch that."
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Excellent. Now let's add a request. "Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Can you say it again?"
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Can you say it again?
Perfect. This sentence alone can help you stay in the conversation. Now, imagine this situation. Your friends are talking about a movie. You didn't understand everything, but you heard the movie name. You can still join. You don't need a perfect sentence. You can say, "Oh, I watched that too."
Oh, I watched that too.
Or if you didn't watch it, "I haven't seen it yet, but I want to."
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to.
Very natural. You see, you don't need long sentences, just small steps into the conversation.
But Kath, sometimes I don't know when to speak. Everyone talks so fast.
That's a great question. Timing is difficult, even for native speakers. But here's a simple trick. Look for a small pause, even a short silence, or when someone finishes a sentence and takes a breath. That is your moment.
So I don't need to interrupt?
No, you don't need to be aggressive. Just be ready and step in gently. You can start with, "Yeah, I think," or "I agree," or "That's interesting."
Ah, like a soft entry.
Exactly, a soft entry. Now, let's practice that. I'll create a group conversation. I'll speak as two people. You listen and then join. Ready?
Okay, I'll try.
Person A. "That restaurant was amazing. The food was so good." Person B. "Yes, I really liked the noodles. They were delicious." Pause. Now you join.
Yeah, I think the noodles were really good too.
That's great. Simple, clear, natural. Let's try another one. Person A. "The movie was too long for me." Person B. "Really? I didn't feel that. I enjoyed it." Pause. Your turn.
That's interesting. I think it was a bit long too.
Excellent. You are doing it, step by step. Now, let's talk about another fear, making mistakes in front of many people.
Oh, that's scary. If I make a mistake, everyone hears it.
Yes, but let's think about it differently. When someone else makes a small mistake, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't care much. I still understand them.
Exactly. Most people feel the same. They aren't judging you as much as you think. They're focused on the conversation, not your grammar. Let's learn another helpful phrase. When you need time to think, you can say, "Let me think for a second."
Let me think for a second.
Very good. Or a bit more casual, "Give me a second."
Give me a second.
Perfect. This helps you slow down. It gives your brain time, and it sounds natural.
Kath, sometimes I translate in my head from my language to English, and it's very slow.
Yes, that's another common challenge. Translation takes time. That's why your speaking feels slow. So instead of translating full sentences, start thinking in simple English. For example, instead of thinking a long sentence, just think key words. Movie, good, long, interesting. Then build a simple sentence.
So I don't need perfect grammar first.
Exactly. Communication first, perfection later. Let's do a small exercise. I'll give you a situation. You respond using simple English. Situation. Your friends are talking about travel. You want to join.
Okay. I like traveling. I went to Thailand last year. It was very beautiful.
That's wonderful. Clear and easy to understand. Let's make it slightly better. I really like traveling. I went to Thailand last year. It was very beautiful.
I really like traveling. I went to Thailand last year. It was very beautiful.
Perfect. Now, let's build confidence. Sometimes you don't need to say something new. You can react. Reaction is powerful. You can say, "Really? That's nice. No way. That sounds great."
Oh, that's easier.
Yes, these small reactions keep you in the conversation. You're part of it, even with simple words. Let's practice reactions. I'll say something, you react. "I just got a new job."
That's great.
"I traveled to Japan last month."
Wow, that sounds amazing.
"I failed my exam."
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That was perfect. You're communicating clearly and naturally. Now, let's talk about confidence again. Confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. When you speak, even a little, your confidence slowly grows.
So, I shouldn't wait to feel confident.
No, if you wait, you may wait forever. Speak first. Confidence follows. Let's do a longer role play. You're in a group of 3 people. I'll guide you. Person A: "I'm so tired today. I didn't sleep well." Person B: "Same here. I stayed up too late watching videos." Pause. Now you join.
Yeah, me too. I didn't sleep well last night either.
Great. Person A: "Really? Why not?"
I was using my phone too much.
Very natural. Person B: "That happens to me all the time." Pause. Continue.
Yes, it's a bad habit. I want to change it.
That was excellent. You joined, you continued, you expressed your idea. How do you feel now?
I feel more confident. Not perfect, but I can speak.
That's the goal. Not perfect, just able to join and express yourself. Now, before we continue, I want to remind you of something important. You don't need to be the best speaker in the group. You just need to be part of the conversation, and that is enough. You belong in the conversation. Now, there's one more situation many learners struggle with. When someone speaks directly to you and you feel pressure to answer quickly, your mind goes blank, your heart beats fast, and you think, "I'm going to sound stupid."
Yes, that happens a lot, especially when someone asks me a question suddenly.
Exactly. So in the next part, we're going to practice how to respond naturally even when you feel pressure, and how to stay calm when all eyes are on you. So now, someone asks you a question directly. Everyone looks at you. You feel your heart beating faster. Your mind suddenly goes blank.
Yes, completely blank. Even simple words disappear.
That moment can feel very uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Your English didn't disappear. Your brain is just under pressure.
So it's not that I don't know the answer?
Exactly. You know more than you think. You just need a little time and a calm way to respond. Let's learn a simple technique. When someone asks you a question, you don't have to answer immediately. You can buy time.
Buy time?
Yes, that means you give yourself a few seconds to think. Here are some natural phrases you can use. That's a good question. Let me think for a moment. Actually, I think...
Ah, so I can slow down the moment.
Exactly. And when you say these phrases, you sound more natural and confident. Let's practice. I'll ask you a question. You don't answer immediately. First, you buy time. Ready?
Okay.
What do you like to do on weekends?
That's a good question. I like to relax and watch movies.
Perfect. You gave yourself time and your answer was clear. Let's try another one. Why are you learning English?
Let me think for a moment. I'm learning English because I want to communicate with more people.
That was excellent. Very natural. Now let's make it a little more real. Sometimes you don't fully understand the question and you panic.
Yes, I'd feel embarrassed to ask again.
But asking again is strong, not weak. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat the question?" Or, "Sorry, what do you mean?"
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Good. And softer, "Sorry, could you say that again more slowly?"
Sorry, could you say that again more slowly?
Excellent. These are powerful tools. They help you stay calm and stay in control. Now, let's talk about another important thing, your body. When you feel nervous, your body becomes tense. Your voice becomes quiet. Your breathing becomes fast.
Yes, I'd feel that.
So, here's a simple trick. Before you speak, take a small breath. Just a simple breath. It helps your body relax, and your voice becomes more stable.
That sounds simple, but helpful.
It is simple, and it works. Now, let's do a full situation. You are in a group. Someone asks you, "So, what do you think about this topic?" Everyone is looking at you. Let's try step by step. First, breathe. Then, buy time. Then, give a simple answer. Ready?
Okay, I'll try.
So, what do you think about working from home?
That's an interesting question. I think working from home is good because it's comfortable, but sometimes it can be a little lonely.
That was excellent. Clear, balanced, natural. How do you feel?
I feel proud.
You should. That was real communication. Now let's go a little deeper. Sometimes you will make a mistake. Maybe your grammar is wrong. Maybe your sentence is not perfect, and you feel embarrassed.
Yes, I want to stop speaking when that happens.
But instead of stopping, try this. Just continue. Keep speaking. Most people will still understand you. And if you want, you can correct yourself. For example, "I go to the store yesterday." "Sorry, I went to the store yesterday."
Oh, so I can fix it naturally.
Exactly. No pressure, no panic. Just continue. Let's practice self-correction. Say this: "Yesterday, I go to work early."
Yesterday, I go to work early. Sorry, I went to work early.
Perfect. That's natural speaking. Now let's talk about confidence one last time. Confidence is not about speaking perfectly. It's about staying present even when you feel nervous. It's about continuing even when you make mistakes.
So confidence is action?
Yes, action again and again. Small steps, small wins. Let's do a final role play, a complete situation. You meet someone new at an event. They start talking to you. Stay calm. Use everything you learned. Ready?
Ready.
Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hi, nice to meet you too. My name is Lester.
Nice to meet you, Lester. What do you do?
Let me think for a moment. I work in an office. I do administrative work.
That's nice. Do you enjoy it?
I think it is okay. Sometimes it is interesting, but sometimes it's a bit stressful.
I understand. Why are you learning English?
That's a good question. I'm learning English because I want to communicate with more people and feel more confident when I speak.
That's a great reason.